Well, Professor, our founding fathers knew that changing the constitution is something that shouldn't be taken very lightly. And unfortunately, this is on a personal note, not talking on behalf of ACM, but unfortunately, I am starting to hold the view that it is taken a little bit lightly in the sense that the community isn't really being informed what the end goal is. Being around the community and amongst a lot of people, the simple answer is that they seem to just not know what the voice referendum really is about. A couple of months ago, you might recall that the Albanese government wanted to abolish the yes/no booklet. That would have been detrimental to all the Australian people and the elderly people who don't have access to technology, or people that don't have access at all in regional communities who would rely on yes/no booklets to really make an informed decision and see both sides of the argument. So I think the word has to be spread along much more, and a constitutional convention like ACM has said will really help that happen.
Yes, you're absolutely right. That attempt to stop the yes/no booklet on the grounds that modern forms of communication are available was not only about the form of delivery. What the yes/no booklet represents is the summary of those members of Parliament who believe in whatever is being proposed and those who are against it. And you get it summarised. And if you were just left to your own devices, you'd have to work that out yourself. You wouldn't know what was the official position of those in favour, of those against. If it's put into the booklet, there's already a way in which the impact of this has been reduced. A few years ago, and we put in a strong objection to it, a few years ago, there was a move to save money. Can you imagine politicians saying they want to save money?
Oh.
What they decided was, instead of it being sent to each elector, it would be sent to each address. So if, for example, there were 5 or 6 people living in the same place, they wouldn't each get their own yes/no booklet. What they would get would be one coming to the place, addressed, no doubt, to the householder.
Well, that's it. Well, the problem there, where it says to the household, is when it's not personally addressed to a person, it will most definitely end up at the bottom of the garbage can when it's saying to the household. And again, in 1999, when the yes/no booklet was handed out, it was addressed to each individual person. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's right.
To ensure that people were able to open up the envelope, not to the household, and think that, oh, just another advertisement from Australia Post or, your local electrician trying to give you a fridge magnet to put up with his emergency number on there, but to ensure that people are actually reading this and it doesn't end up at the bottom of the garbage bin. So, again, it will make a big difference.